is my very first live. I'm a little nervous. I'm super excited, but a little bit nervous. I have done these sort of things in the past in other locations. This is the first time doing it here on YouTube. And so hopefully everything is coming through okay. Hopefully you can hear me. I chose to put my AirPods in so that hopefully the microphone is helping with that. So, why are we doing this here today? If you have followed me on YouTube at all, or on YouTube, you're obviously on YouTube, on TikTok at all, you know that I had some really interesting insights this past week about the Awakened Collective. Now, I've been reading a book called Miracle Morning, and I've been implementing a lot of the strategies called savers into my day. And it occurred to me in meditation, and I don't know if it was a full on insight that was downloaded or if it was partially my own subconscious working. But the idea here is that we are not fully awakened until we start to work on the vision of what a new earth looks like. So, right now, we're living in a world full of contrast. There's so much, and it's getting louder and it's getting harder to ignore, right? And many of us are looking at what is happening right now and going, why is it getting worse? What is going on here? It's craziness. Welcome. I'm so happy you're here. So our job right now, and what came through in one of my meditations, was that it's our job to start visualizing specifically, purposefully, the new earth, what it gets to look like, what it gets to feel like. But more than that, also for our own selves. There's a lot of things that are going on, with the economy, with all the craziness. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, you know that there's a lot of upheaval. And so it's time for us to start reclaiming our own sovereignty, our own vision of what we get to have, how the world gets to work for us. And so the whole point of what we're going to be doing across all the days now is to start utilizing daily visualization. And we're going to be doing the same type of work every day for a while. I want you to be thinking about a goal, a thing that you're wanting to call into your life, something that contrast is really proven to you that you're done sorting through the contrast. You're ready to start calling in the thing that you want. And also one for the collective. What do you want the new earth to look like? How do you want the collective consciousness to grow? How do you want things to feel as we shift from the old 3D matrix into the new 5D? What does it get to feel like? How are we going to build this thing? Because we have to visualize it in our minds before we can move into the next phase of whatever we're going to be doing. So that's kind of the beginning part of this. And so I also want to bring this into a little bit of a full circle moment too. When I first started on TikTok talking about Aureya, this was something that just kind of came to me. I've been kind of going through this process of trying to figure out, how do we call in money when money itself has such a weird connotation. So Aureya was born. And if you're following me here, you might be following me also on TikTok, you know kind of what happened. And so the reason I'm sharing this now is because Aureya is going to be a part of this daily visualization that we're going to be doing. And I want to start this very first round with reading the manifesto so that we kind of know what the vibe is. And it's not just about the money vibe, it's also about like how we get to be supported as individuals, as people who are going into this next level of everything that we're doing, if that makes sense. Okay, so before we move into the visualization, which we will be doing pretty much a similar one every day, just to get ourselves remembering how this gets to work for us. And we want to be able to continue to elevate that vibration. Repetition is what rewires our minds, and it's also what encodes the quantum field. But first, let's talk about the manifesto. So Aureya, like I said, it's the divine frequency that kind of came to me for how we shift our thoughts around money. How do we shift our thoughts around how we get to receive? Because things have been skewed for quite a long time, right? So I'm going to read the manifesto to you. And if you want to get a copy of the manifesto, it is over on Manifest Differently for free. It also includes 2 of the Reiki activations. So it's called the Aureyan Field, I believe is what it's called. So this is how kind of the vibe we're going to set for what we're moving into, not just for money, but for everything. Okay, so I no longer live within the frequency of money as defined by capitalism. The old story of scarcity, survival, hierarchy, and hustle is no longer mine to carry. I acknowledge that money, as it has been known, was built on fear and control. But I do not reject it, I transmute it. I have chosen to live by the current of Aureya. Aureya is the living breath of divine support. It is the golden current of energetic exchange that flows through all things, in alignment, in truth. It is effortlessness made visible. It is breath. It is light. It is flow. It is mine by nature, not negotiation. Whenever I see a dollar sign, I do not see money. I see Aureya. I feel the pulse of something higher. I remember that value is not created through labor alone, but through resonance, contribution, and soul alignment. I no longer say I need to make money. I say I call in Aureya, and it arrives. Not as struggle, but as support. Not through force, but through frequency. Aureya does not answer to greed. It does not bend to manipulation. It flows only to those who stand in truth, who share their gifts, who uplift the whole. It rewards the radiant. It amplifies the authentic. It supports the sacred. In this field, I sell only from joy. I receive only from alignment. I ask only from trust. And I give in love because there is always more. In Aureya, there is no such thing as debt. There is no owing, no interest, no depletion. There is only ever enough because support flows in direct response to alignment. Every need is met, every desire honored. Overflow is natural law. Aureya also cares for those who cannot produce, perform, or push. It honors the cycle of life, the changing capacities of the human body. The disabled, the elderly, the grieving, the resting, none are left out. Support is not earned, it is inherent, and worth is not up for debate. Those who enter my field come aligned with the current of Aureya. That'd be you. Whether they know it or not, they feel it. They spend freely from their joy, not from their fear. And I receive them with open hands and an open heart, knowing that this is how the new economy is born. Every post, every offer, every act of creativity is a transmission of Aureya. It is not a pitch, it is a prayer. Not a product, it is a portal. And those who are meant to walk with me will feel the hum of its truth. The age of transaction is dissolving. The age of Aureya has begun, and I am its living vessel. So that is the basis of what we're doing. And now we're going to go into the visualization. So I would love for you to take a moment to get really comfortable in your chair, wherever you are, if you're sitting down or lying down. I'm going to be channeling Reiki energy and any other light codes that come through to be able to help us with this elevation and transmutation of some of these energies. So go ahead and close your eyes. Breathe in. And exhale, letting it all out. Breathe in again. And exhale. Now I want you to start calling back your energy from all the different places it's been scattered. Different timelines, your to-do list, worries, fears, conversations. Bring it all home. And as it settles in, feel it flowing into the center of your being, into your heart center, like golden strands coming back to your heart. There's no pushing or forcing here, just let it all come back. And as you breathe, feel your heart center expanding in love. Feel the love rushing in with your inhale and gratitude coming out with your exhale. Inhale love and exhale gratitude and appreciation. Do this for a couple more breaths. Inhale and exhale. When we do this, we are putting our nervous system into a state of support and our heart into a state of coherence. Breathe in again and exhale. Beautiful. Now I want you to imagine the one desire that you are ready to experience differently in your life. The one that contrast has shown you it's time to change. And now you want something that feels soft and nourishing, aligned, or simply just better. Maybe it is a peaceful Thanksgiving, or being able to purchase Christmas presents with ease or make them with ease, a business that flows, a health breakthrough, or a conversation that heals. Whatever it is, I want you to see it and feel it very viscerally, not as fantasy, but as reality in your mind. What does it look like? As if it has already happened, already here, already done. Let's take just a little bit of time and imagine that now. Visualize it as powerfully as you can. Beautiful. We're going to rise now together and move from the personal into the planetary. So I want you now to think about what is it you want to see for humanity? What has the pain of the past year revealed to you? What kind of earth do we want our children to live in? I know for me, it's Peace across the planet, all beings housed and fed and cared for, leaders with integrity and compassion, creative freedom, healing and true community, and an economy of truth. Let your imagination roam, not from hope, but from knowing that the contrast that you've witnessed has given you the clarity you need. And this is how we build the new earth. We're going to hold for another minute and really visualize what that world looks and feels like in our minds. Go ahead and do that now. Oh, sorry, that came out of nowhere. My goodness. Ooh, that is some strong energy coming up through the throat chakra. Oh, it kind of just overwhelmed me. Sorry. All right. I apologize for that. Oh, my goodness, guys. That's some powerful energy. It's like making my eyes water and everything. Whew. Okay. I think that's us. I think that's us claiming something new and then the matrix, the energy shifting so powerfully. That is wild. All right, let's come back to ourselves for a moment. I was crying as well. I see what you just said. I had tears through my eyes with the community one. There was so much beautiful energy coming through. And then the tickle in my throat, I'm like, whew, man, the energy is crazy. But in a good way. I think this is a collective clearing as we release some of the things that have kept us quiet, the things that have kept us from expressing what we really want. And so the goal here is to continue to push through this. Whenever things come up and try to stop you from doing the thing that you know you need to do. So let's say it's visualizing, anchoring into this new earth. Sometimes it happens. Like today, we've had some crazy things happen where it's like our dishwasher stopped working out of the blue, our washing machine is acting up. Children have had their own issues. And it's like it can be very easy to slip back into this thought that it's not working, or, be fall back asleep into the 3D. But to me, this says, like, the Matrix knows we're onto something, right? We are in the process of shifting something, and it's trying desperately to pull us back in. But when you see it for the illusion that it is, it's easy to let it go. It's easy to move on. It's easy to become something new. And when you no longer fear any of those things happening, they start to fall away, and the new things can come through. So the self, whether you're a quantum physics person or not, like the quantum self is anchoring in a new identity. And as you make different choices, different decisions when things come up, that's how your reality shifts. So even if something crazy happens, dishwashers and kids and lack of sleep, whatever it might be, anchor into your truths. Know that what you just visualized is truth. It is powerful. And the more you visualize it and the more viscerally you can bring it in, the more it has to come to you, especially as we use that heart coherence. Because remember, our thoughts are the signal, and our emotions through the heart center is what magnetizes it back to us. So when we're utilizing both, it's this flowing system. And so it brings us back into a place of alignment. Okay. All right. Now I need to figure out how the heck to end this thing, but just know that we're going to keep trying to do this every day. It will be shorter after today because we'll go straight into the visualization. Um, and hopefully I won't get the crazy tickles as much, but whew, I'll tell you what, that made my eyes water. It made my throat go crazy. It was some intense energy there. So definitely come back to your 0 point, clean the slate. There was something that I said on TikTok, and now it just like left my brain. But it's basically like clear the deck. That's what it was. Clear the deck. Always come back to your center and what you know gets to be true. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. And again, if you would like the Aureya Manifesto, if that it interested you and you want to have it to be able to read, it is free over at manifestdifferently.com. Just go over to my offerings and down to the Aureya teachings, and it's there. All right, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope this set you up into a beautiful place where you know what gets to be true for you. And we will anchor this truth over and over and over until it becomes reality. All right. Have a beautiful day. We'll see you tomorrow.